Big day also in studio here with me because I have Tertius Zitzke, the CEO of Foresight. I have been promising for a long time, Tertius, that we must talk about AI outside the pressures of results so we can get to understand what this technology really is and its potential. So let me begin with you. First of all, let me get your thoughts on this inauguration and what it means for a business like yours.
Godfrey, it's interesting. I was thinking this morning, 30 years ago, we were also like a month into the new South Africa. And if you think of what happened in the 30 years now and the excitement that we all have on what's happening, because people decided to partner. And that's the most important thing that you can have in a business as well, is to partner with everybody very well.
Yeah. I was saying to one of my market commentators that I hadn't felt this energy this strong since 1994. But when you are listening to the president as a business person and when you saw the political processes that preceded this, what does it say to you that gives you confidence that we might be headed for a better future here?
I think if there's checks and balances in anything in the world, it's good.
Yeah.
So in our world today, we were just talking about the word responsible AI now.
Yes.
So we need responsible government governed by AI, okay, in my opinion. So, and that is to control processes that we all know that everything is happening according to the rules.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's switch back and talk about that responsible AI that you are talking about. Many people are saying, and I want to give you two quotations here. I hope I can capture the essence of what those quotations speak to. One, it's this idea that this technology is as transformative as the steam engine, or bigger, or as the invention of electricity. That's number one. Is that true? Two, a quotation I saw the other day said, there's a guy who says, AI does not threaten jobs. Those who are threatened are those who are not going to be able to use AI. Please help me understand.
Okay, so that first question on the historical, this revolution is way bigger than the internet explosion in the end of 1990s, 2000. And the reason for that is all this enormous buckets and gigabytes and terabytes of data that's available for us to use now. And that's where the responsible AI thing comes in very strongly. I think the process that you need to follow, business AI is totally different from community artificial intelligence.
Right.
So we've got business rules in every business. And the big thing also for us is to secure our data that we're going to use. Like, for instance, next Thursday we release our integrated annual report.
Right.
And it will be the first time that an integrated annual report will be released with an AI engine.
Oh, wow.
So we're doing it at the JSE, on the floor, live broadcast as well.
Yeah.
But now we've got 3 years of results, integrated reports that you can compare now to each other and ask questions, Yeah. So you can ask, what does that CEO earn over the last 3 years?
Right.
And it will get the answer immediately. Okay?
Also, you ask verbally.
Yeah, I'll type it like
you
in
type
ChatGPT,
Okay.
things like that, same thing. Or then on the phone you can ask it verbally.
Yeah.
But then also when you do financial analysis, and say you ask that question, should I buy Foresight shares? And you get the answer yes.
Yeah.
Where does that yes come from?
Where is it coming from?
So that's where this new
It's an amalgamation of all the information.
A lot of information, and then outside information, market sentiments, the share price moved and whatever. We were like one of the best performers the last year on the JSE. But then as well, what if it doesn't perform? And that person say, okay, but I bought the share now. So inquire, why did it recommend to buy,
Right.
And that's where we need to come in with responsible AI.
Right.
So I did a course beginning of the year at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, on artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Yeah.
And there was a whole week spent on responsible AI. So I think for the audit profession, there's a new field opening up now. They need to chop that as well and mark it green.
Yeah.
That what we do as a listed company, we give the correct information to our...
Absolutely. So how does that work? Is that regulation on its own, or is that law? Which one is it? Is it both?
I think it's ethical law in your company. You know,
Right.
I don't think.
So you've
well,
got to
there's a
begin at
law-
the company level.
There's a law not to lie, okay? So we control.
Okay.
So we're not a political party, okay?
Sure.
So we talk the truth all the time, and that's why our results is audited. So I think we probably need to display saying this was out of official audited results,
Yeah.
and this is maybe an opinion, you know.
Right, right.
But then, I mean, you pull a lot of information. So there's a term called MMM, multimodal models,
Okay.
where you pull a lot of information and sources together to get an answer now.
Sure.
And not only one engine working for you.
Yeah. Let's talk about the adoption of AI. I mean, we were talking, as you were coming in, about the fact that yesterday, NVIDIA became the most valuable company in the world,
Yeah.
$3.3 trillion. Clearly, the market believes this is the future. Adoption on the African continent, adoption in South Africa. Where are we?
I think that's the evolution. You know, you mentioned that electricity just now. So they say data is the oil of the new economy. Remember that quoting a few years ago. Now they say AI is electricity for business.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But in South Africa, that's probably a bad example. Okay. But it's still, AI is electricity. It will ignite the things for business. And that's
No, but I get the sense of what you are saying.
So there's 4 steps to go through in a business to get to that. And the first one is to actually digitize, so to capture data. If you make out an invoice on a system, you capture the data. But what do you do with that? Then if you take that and put a digital process in, like workflow in a business, then you actually secure that the data is captured correctly. So you don't need a signature on paper that something is delivered. It's on a tablet and it's delivered and it's in the system. So you can actually make something out of that.
Sure.
And then you put other systems into play with your data, that you can actually start predicting the future for you. So we're working on a system now where we're doing a 20-month forward roll budget automatically for businesses.
Sure.
That this year, of once a year you do budget, okay, we financial oaks say, I can't go and leave, it's my budget month.
Yeah.
Every day is now a budget. Okay?
Sure.
So you just go forward and predict on what's happening in your business.
Absolutely.
And then you get to AI in business.
Which is what?
AI it's not a decision for you. It's a recommendation what you as business leaders should do on a certain transaction. So if there's a business workflow for appointment of people, for instance, in an organization, or giving somebody an increase, you know, and then the business unit manager say, okay, increase the guy's salary of 10%. He's got another offer from an opposition company, but he doesn't make money. The AI engine should tell me maybe, or his superior, this guy wants to increase this guy's salary and he doesn't make money for us. It's a better decision to let him go. Or no, increase his rates and let him work more overtime or whatever. Then we make more money with him and then we can justify the increase. So that's the stuff that we get to.
But is that for everybody, Tertius? Or are we really talking about certain industries that are not the whole worldwide economy, as it were?
No, it's for it's for smart businesses of the future. If you don't,
I'm going to use it as a consultant to ask you if we can also use it in broadcasting.
Will you predict when they will stop printing newspapers? But I mean that those people's skills need to be transformed into a digital platform now, that they can continue with their excellent skills at broadcasting and journalism, but on different platforms. They need to transform with the world. Do you want to tell me that they still wanted to sail with a sail ship to Europe and not a Boeing?
Yeah, sure.
Things happen.
Absolutely.
And you must prepare and adopt all the way.
Yeah, we need to keep talking. We'll never have enough time to be able to talk about this. But one final question before you go.
Yes.
Do we look at this thing from a national perspective, or is this the one thing where companies go as they go and do what they need to do, and a national strategy really isn't required?
I think there must be a national strategy. It must deliver cheaper services to people that need those services.
Right.
And
Environment.
control that they actually, those services get to the ground.
Yeah.
And that will be a good thing for us.
Absolutely. Tertius, thank you very much for your time. And as I said, this conversation needs to continue because we will not be able to finish everything that we need to talk about. Thank you very much for coming in today.
The best.
Thank you. Thank you.